Welcome to my educational build with Amazon Sumerian called the Room of Keys for obvious reasons. The Room of Keys is an escape room meant for the users, this is targeted for students 6 through 12, to find their way through the room by learning about a science topic. In this case, is about enzymes, solving puzzles, and having to be observant to get through the clues. So in the room, first is a small narration, which I muted since I'm doing the narration, introducing the kids to the room and how to navigate. You navigate through these yellow circles. The reason for navigation in this manner is make it easier for the room to work well in many formats, including things like the Oculus Go or mobile device, etc. The intent is that it can be used in almost any classroom, so I made it as friendly to all devices as possible, which is part of it. Thankfully, part of it is due to Amazon Sumerian's nature of working in the browser. So once the kids are in here, they can look around. They see this tree with the word cellulose all over it. On the other side, they see this wall marked Lipos. And in the middle, they see these keyholes with these insignia on them, as these icons. Then, as I see the keys flying above, they notice that the symbols on the keys match the symbols on the keyholes. So eventually they may try to click on these keys and they would notice that the keys get knocked down. Give me the key in the HUD. Then you're able to place the key in the keyhole, which makes these panes or panels of information pop out. The panels, there's 5 in total, each have all the information on the topic chunked into discrete sections that are each designated these special symbols. This is important because later on, as they solve puzzles, we have the icons refer back to the information as part of the clues to help them get through the activities. So again, they have to click on the key, and some easier than others. Gives them the key, put the key in, unlock the pane of information. So the first challenge is to simply collect all of these, and some are tougher to collect than others. And let's see, I have one more key to collect. There we go. Okay, you put them in. The information is narrated in the full game. So therefore, the auditory learners are served as well as the visual learners. And each talks about one part of enzymes. Now the unlocking of all 5 keys has unlocked the first puzzle. And here we have a trough with a bunch of keys and 3 substances, iodine, water, and bure. And it has 2 clues, one the eyeball symbol and one this symbol here. Now going to the eyeball symbol, it talks about indicators which are used to identify substances by changing to a particular color. That gives an example of a bure solution, which will change from blue to purple when proteins are present. Then the other clue symbol was this general enzyme symbol here that talks about how enzymes are a type of protein. So using those 2 clues together, the kids are meant to discern that they're supposed to use the indicator bure, which makes these keys appear at a protein. One key is labeled lactase, the other key labeled lipase. Just so happens that lipase turns out like lipose. Lipose is a fatty tissue, and lipase is the enzyme that dissolves it. Now, on the wall is this symbol, this lock and key symbol. And the kids go back to it. You see here, it talks about how enzymes have a very specific and complex shape that are for a substance. And for example, the Gibbs says enzyme maltase will only break down the substance maltose. So using that information, they can hopefully discern that lipase is the enzyme that will dissolve lipose. And indeed, if they have this key and click on the keyhole, key appears and the wall dissolves, giving way to the next activity. The next section has two main parts. One is exploded stairway that you can't get through, and there's a key up there. And two, this vat right here with controls for temperature and acids and bases. You also notice there's this green oval, and in here there's a green shape that's the same color as the oval, but different shape. Also has this symbol with a lightning bolt. And that does match that symbol here, which talks about denaturing. It's just how an enzyme that has its shape changed cannot function. It's called denaturing the enzyme. And that if it gets too hot or cold, if pH is too acidic or basic, it will change the shape. So, using that information, they can come back here and they can note that by changing the temperature, it changes the shape. Also, by changing the pH, also changes the shape. So, if they keep playing with these controls, you'll notice how that flip, and there's a ding in world to give you the clue that you have the temperature right. And again, if you keep changing the pH, here we're making it more basic by adding more base. The shape keeps changing. Eventually, the shape matches the other shape. You collect the enzyme. You come here and place the enzyme, and that triggers the synthesis reaction, where the steps are brought together by the enzyme. And now you're able to reach the top and grab this key. This key is labeled cellulase. And if you recall, this tree here is made of cellulose, which is dissolved by the enzyme cellulase. That works. The tree dissolves. And you have the last activity. Here you have a wall made of lactose and a big hump, a big hill, and a red box, and a button and a keyhole. If you press the button, this ball comes up, but it's unable to crest the hill, and it falls back down. You have a clue in the shape of this symbol with a curve. If you go back to the information, it tells you about how enzymes work by making it easier for a reaction to happen. And they do this by lowering the activation energy. And we have lactose wall, so we're looking for the enzyme lactase. So this may take some thinking by the kids, but hopefully they will eventually recall or figure out that the other key here was lactase, which will fit in the keyhole, which will in turn lower that little hill. And now the ball's able to crest, which is our enzyme, and lower or begin to dissolve the lactose, which is the milk protein. So the reaction can happen faster. The lactose begins to dissolve. They keep doing that. And you begin to see the exit at the end. Okay, the lactose is now dissolved. You can reach the end. And there's a short narration that tells you about congratulations for finishing it. It encourages you to go back and learn more about enzymes. So, that's the build in a nutshell, the walkthrough. Some important things about it. All the information on Objective 4.1.3, which is the Biology Common Core Objective for Enzymes, is included here. So this activity could be used to introduce a topic, to reinforce a topic, to assess a topic, or even as a means of complete instruction. So it could be used in a blended classroom. Kids could do this at home and come in the classroom and do activities with or discuss it with their teacher. Or it could be used for independent instruction, completely independent of a teacher. The kids and their parents or just the kids themselves could tackle the activity and learn about enzymes. Very important was that I'm not a programmer and this all by myself, which I hope to present this at conferences as a great tool for teachers to put their own activities together, teach topics, thanks to Amazon Sumerian's interface, which doesn't require knowledge of coding or being a programmer. Also, how it's agnostic to the tool, to the platform that you put it on. It can work on tablets, iPads, even mobile devices, which this, because I made it fairly light, will work on a fairly low-end smartphone. And it'll work fairly well, which means that most classrooms with Wi-Fi are able to use this without any issues. So it's a great, great tool. I hope to encourage other educators to use it. And this escape room format, I think it works very well to teach a topic. So thank you for your time and consideration.